Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we are back with the boys. We know we haven't seen each other, all three of us, together in a while. And today we're going to be talking about Game Three, how the Miami Heat are going to win this game and what adjustments they need to do. So, before we do start, definitely go check out Martel's channel at Miami Heat Zone Podcast. Very, very close to reaching Zone, Miami Heat Zone, very close to 7,000 subscribers. And then Amir, go check him out at Team to Beat. You guys know who we are. But anyways, Amir, the Miami Heat are unfortunately down 0-2 in the series. And more on a positive note, the Cavaliers did what they needed to do, right? They came out there and they won their first two home games. They're supposed to. They're the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. Miami Heat made it tough on them in game two. But what are certain adjustments that you or Spo, whatever it is, that you would make during this game three to make sure the Miami Heat come out victorious?
Stop Donovan Mitchell. It's easier said than done. He's a playoff all-star superstar, and you could throw all sorts of different defenses at him, and he's still going to find ways to score. But still, I think we need to make other players beat us. We need to make Max Strus beat us, especially on the road. Role players play better at home. Garland's obviously not a role player, but I still rather have Darius Garland beat us, Max Strus, or any of the bigs. So I think we need to disrupt Donovan Mitchell's rhythm. We need to stop him from scoring 30 points like he has in each of the first two games. So whether that's blitzing him, double teaming him on that pick and roll, forcing the ball out of his hands, mixing in some zone, some traps, just somehow make him uncomfortable and don't allow him to get clean looks like he did in that fourth quarter. Every time we got within 3 points, 4 points, 2 points, he hit a big three. He had 16 or 17 out of his 30 points in the fourth quarter. So I think adjustment number one is make the other guys like the Ty Jeromes and those other guys beat you. Easier said than done, right? Because it's really hard to guard those types of players one-on-one. So again, blitz him. So just get the ball out of his hands if you can. Offensively, we need to start playing a little more through Bam. And he had more opportunity in game one. We did that. And he had 24 points. He was solid. But Tyler Hero wasn't as efficient. Andrew Wiggins also wasn't as efficient in game one. Game two was the opposite. Tyler Hero was efficient. We were running it all through him basically, and he had no help. So I think use Bam Adebayo as a hub for his playmaking, for him to try to get mismatches if you can, to try to get him on a Max Strus or a Garland. And you need to play Tyler more off ball. Kind of how the Golden State Warriors play off ball with Steph, right? Steph doesn't always bring the ball up. He's running around all these screens. Tyler Hero is a very good catch and shoot three-pointer. So I think we need to use his ability to space and pace. And so I think that's going to be huge. And then off the bench, offensively, play Jovic. Continue to play Jovic. Don't give Slow-Mo many minutes. Don't give Duncan many minutes. Don't even give Alec Burks that many minutes. We wanted to make the playoffs to give Pelle Larsson, Khalil Ware, Jovic, Hero, Bam more experience, right, together. So lean into that and try to focus on transition basketball off the bench with Nico, leading that charge. And we saw what he did in that second half. He had some mistakes in the fourth quarter, obviously, that were big, but without Nico, we wouldn't have been in that game. He was 1 for 8 from three, but still, he had 11 points, 8 rebounds, and he helped us come back from a 19-point lead. So I think those are the big adjustments I want to see.
Martel?
Bro, the biggest adjustments, use those mismatches. Once again, there's no way that you have Bam Adebayo. Once again, I know it was only one bad game, but you cannot have Bam Adebayo, multiple-time All-Star, multiple-time Olympian, and he's not attacking the bigs. I think that we have the best big, Bam Adebayo. He has to help lead this team. Jimmy's not here to save nobody no more. Tyler Hero can only do so much. The role players are only going to do so much. But I'm going to have to look at the max guys. I know Bam does everything, rebounding, defending, and he has to put up with two bigs, trying to keep up with Khalil Ware. I know he's doing a lot. But I'm going to need an aggressive, like what happened to the 30-point Bam every now and then? We haven't really gotten a very big Bam game in a while. That's all I'm asking. Attack those bigs. If Wiggins is hurt with his hamstring, sit him down. But if he's ready to go, I'm going to need him to attack. I'm not saying he has to take on Jared Allen and everything every single time in the paint, but at least drive and kick. At least get some of these Cleveland guys in foul trouble. That's what they would do every single season That's how you beat Cleveland. You attack Mobley, but then at the same time, I understand, he's going to get DPOY this season, and he's been pretty solid. But why do you think they have a 3-guard lineup, bro? They have a 3-guard lineup, and Wiggins, not one guy is actually using and abusing those guys. So once again, unless Spo's really going to try to, because guys, listen, we're not going to win this series. I don't think we can if they're not going to abuse these mismatches. That's what they're doing to us. You have Darius Garland bragging on TV. We're going to go to their weak defenders, and we're going after Tyler every single time. So when you have Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Max Strus on the perimeter, and no one's in foul trouble, I just think that that's one of the first things that need to be done.
Yeah, we're not going to win much games when Bam and Andrew Wiggins last night are combined of 6 for 19. We're just not going to really get us far. So I personally think, let's try a different rotation out, right? I know Amir's saying let's not play Burks, but I'll play Burks more over Duncan Robinson, right? Duncan Robinson last night had 12 minutes. 12 minutes, Alec Burks can give me 12 points. He's known for that. He can hit some big shots for this Miami Heat team. And, when we look at our shooting, we shot 35% from the 3-point line, which is not the greatest, which we shot 16 for 45. And when you look at them, they shot 22 for 45, right? There's a couple of things that we can look at. And then we just can't afford the Cleveland Cavaliers to put up 43 points in the second quarter. I think that was one of the biggest factors of why we, was trying to come back and, we got so close, a 2-point lead. Like if they just put up a couple of points less in that second quarter and, Wiggins scores a little bit more and Bam, I think this is a winnable game. But it is what it is. What I will say is, though, what player – I will make it hard for you guys, all right? So what's the next – a player that needs to step up outside of Bam and Wiggins? We know they got to step up, but let's kind of go deep into this rotation. What's a player that can surprisingly play good for this team to help, the Miami Heat win some games? Amir.
The surprising one would be Duncan because he hasn't played – well in the last month. He hasn't had a big game in the last few weeks, at least. I think you said in one of our episodes that in the last 5 games, what is he averaging? How many points?
So he put up 30 plus points in the last 5 games, and that's in total.
Yeah, so he's averaging 7 points. He's averaging 6-7 points a game, but his season average was 11, right? So he's shooting below his season averages. I think it's Tyler. He's a role in the grand scheme of things. He's a scrub, right? If you're a role player, that means you're a scrub, in my opinion. No offense to any player, but he's a role player. He's going to play better at home. He needs to play better at home. He's going to be in the rotation still. And I think he's going to continue to be in the rotation off the bench. At least he's going to probably have a short leash if he's not hitting threes, but we haven't had a game where he's hit 3, 4, 5 threes, which when he does that, that changes the game. That opens up the floor for Bam Adebayo, for Kel'el Ware, for Tyler Hero. I think he's the one who needs to step up because we know if Jovic played this much last night on the road in his first game after not playing for months, after breaking his hand, we know he's going to get in the rotation, right? So we should expect him to contribute better because we already know he is an all-around better player than Duncan Robinson, so he'll have more of an impact, even if he's not touching the ball. But Duncan is who I think needs to step up at home, especially.
Yeah, for me, bro, it has to be Nico. Don't get me wrong. I think that Duncan Robinson, he's a huge one because at the end of the day, guys, he was supposed to be our sharpshooter. He's had an up and down Miami Heat career. One season he's up, one season he's down. And that's why we have Duncan Robinson to help spread the floor. And just having the gravity of him on the court is huge. But it's probably going to have to be Nico. I think that Nico, even though he hasn't played for 2 months, and I know he made mistakes last night, I think he was still phenomenal. I still think with his playmaking, and I also think that when he's on the basketball court, he makes this Miami Heat team play faster. We're going to need the size. I still need to see Kel'el Ware, Bam, and Jovic minutes. There's no way that you're going to play a team with twin towers. And once again, you're using your size. You're using your athleticism. You are actually, having guys that can help spread the floor. Yes, Bam can shoot the 3 every now and then, but Nico's 3-point shot, even though it didn't fall last night, I still want to see Nico out there. And at the end of the day, this is why we go to the playoffs. Everyone's always saying, we got to get these guys experience. Then play the guys. There's no way that you can have Nico on the bench. You have to play him. And in my opinion, if Wiggins is hurt, you start Nico in his place.
Yeah, I feel like Pallel Larson, before he got injured, he was playing strong for us, and then he kind of been, obviously hasn't been playing, and when he was playing, has been non-existent. It's unfortunate because I think he could be an important piece in this series also too. But last question I do got for you guys is: listen, we could talk about all the adjustments that the Miami Heat need to do. What is a prediction going into Game 3? Do you guys think we win? Give us like a score prediction preview for the audience.
1,000 to 200. The Miami Heat, they're going to win. I think the Heat are going to win Game 3. If they don't win Game 3, it's a sweep. It's all she wrote. If we don't win this game, so if they're going to win again, I think the Heat were going to lose in 6. I think that was me being optimistic, and in order for that to happen, the Miami Heat have to win at home at least. And so I think the Heat are going to win, and we need to play better defensively. They've scored 121 points in both games. So in order for the Miami Heat to win, they need to get the game back into the mud a little bit and stop Donovan Mitchell and Garland, because they both have been playing really well. So I'd say the Miami Heat win 110, 112 to like 108. I think it's going to be a close game, because the Miami Heat have to play damn near perfect to win, because the Cleveland Cavaliers are the number 1 offense. They're deep as hell. They got Ty Jerome off the bench. They got DeAndre Hunter that can score. Their starting lineup is very cohesive, number 1 offense. So they need to stop them. Their defense needs to step up, but their offense also needs to step up. We need to score more. So I think the Heat are going to win at least 1 game. It's going to be at least a 5-game series, at best a 6-game, but I'm going to pick the Heat on Saturday night.
Yeah, man, same here. I think they're going to win Game 3, lose Game 4, and then it's going to be a wrap in Cleveland. Once again, if you're telling me that Eric Spoelstra really starts to use the mismatches, I still think the Miami Heat can win this series. We have the best big. If Andrew Wiggins, if he's healthy enough, we have the best small forward in the series. It's not translating to the court. I don't understand why we're not using the mismatches, but it is what it is, guys. Guys, it's all about experience. Everyone preached about, the experience. When you have a young core and when you lose your max player or your superstar, these are all growing pains that the Miami Heat are going to have to go through, but it is what it is.
Yeah, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, continue to keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Definitely go check out the boys' channels, Martell's and Amir's. And we'll be back for more Miami Heat content. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And we out. Peace.